Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Want to let you know that this is premiere broadcast here on SoundCloud, and want to let you know also that you can find the Grow Program on YouTube. You can email Jacqueline at growprogram.org. On YouTube, there's about 70 videos that you can watch, and the videos are aimed at changing your mindset of oppression, the way you think about yourself, to begin to think more positive of yourself and your actions, the way you treat others, the way you think about your mind, your heart. You forgiving, are do you still hold grudges? Are you still angry, hateful, bitter? You have to let go of that to begin to live a life in honor, because that's what they were doing in Africa. Our ancestors, the ancient Africans, they had spiritual lives. They were spiritual people, and we're spiritual people. We're not religious people. We adapted the traditions and customs of this country, when we got here, and being descendants of our ancestors and being born here, but we're not from here. We're the only people really who are from here are the Indians. Columbus didn't discover the United States. It was discovered way before then. They were bringing slaves over here before then. So this Columbus Day is not a day that I celebrate. It's a day of reflection. It's a day of where I go and sit and research and read. I may call my father. My father's been practicing African spirituality for over 10 years. I may call and speak to him about a few things and get his opinion on certain matters. But I'm blessed that he's an elder and he's still with me. I'm blessed that I still have my mother with me, and for those of you, who are departed from your parents, I suggest that, you begin to live a life in honor to them, as if they were still here, because they are. The physical body is gone, but their spirit is still around. The spirits are still here. Just like ghosts are here, just like those restless, tormented spirits. You have good spirits around too. But we got it wrong with Christianity. It's just been nagging at me. And it's something that's not nagging at me here recently, but something that's been nagging at me over the years. Even when I was ministering and preaching in church, I just felt that I didn't have something I didn't have right. I knew I was missing something. And I was preaching the gospel of Jesus, and talking about the Bible stories and those are nice because that's what everybody talk about. When you go to church, you hear about the Bible stories. But what people need to hear nowadays is, how can you help me? What do you know that may help me? So when you go into church and you handing the pastor putting your tithe money in the church, and you hoping that you can get a good message. At least maybe something was worth the money to come out, and all the stress and getting dressed and then have to come out and deal with the people in church and sister so-and-so and brother so-and-so and the pastor may have a bad day. He may not feel like preaching the gospel, preaching good that day, and you may miss out. But I'm tell you something, how you don't miss out. You live your glory every day. And you receive your crown before you leave this earth. And how you receive your crown, the tears of pain and sorrow are gone. You don't have to live like that. You can be happy. You'll be crying. I'm tell you something. The other day I was crying tears of joy because of how happy I am. I've cried so many tears of sorrow. I can feel that Mississippi River. I believe I have. I cried so much over my life, all I have went through. But I'm telling you, it took me these many years, as old as I am now, 53 years to finally get it together. And I got it together now. And I want to show you how to live a life in honor and glory. You live this life every day as if your ancestors were right there with you. You live like you live in your Sunday best. You dressed in your Sunday best, but you going to live your life like you doing your Sunday best every day. That's how you going to live your life, in honor and in glory, so that you may receive the glory that is awaiting you. So that's what grow is about. Grow Growth stands for greatness reached over oppression through wisdom, through our minds and how we think about ourselves, changing our mindset. God gave us a great mind. You got mind over pain, mind over circumstances, mind over oppression, mind over racism, mind over bills, mind over anything. Because I'm telling you, I done went through some debilitating pain in my life, and God gave us a great thing, a mind to get over anything. You don't need rehab. If you looking for drug, if you look for drug help, if you looking for some help to get you off drugs and alcoholism, a life of crime, you got it with you. You don't have to go to rehab. It's in your mind. All you got to do is make up your mind. You done with that. You done with that lifestyle. You done ganging and thugging and ganging and life of crime. The way you talk to your kids, the way you live. You don't even like yourself no more. You don't even like what you done became. What happened to you? What happened to that nice person you used to be? That ain't you no more. But it can be. You got to do is change your mind. Change your mind. It's that easy. It's the same thing when you go to rehab and they put you through all kind of hoops and hurdles, make you do this, do that, go to this meeting, sign here, see this counselor. And then in the end, they tell you what it finally is. It's all in your mind. So you have to make up your mind today, right now, that you done with that lifestyle and you want different for you and your children. You want different for you and your future. You want a future. You want a future for yourself and your children. I'm going to tell you something. You can't count on the government. You can't count on Social Security. It ain't going to be around. You have to count on you. It's all about you. You been sitting up waiting on reparations. Ain't no reparations coming. If it was reparations coming, they'd have gave it to them a long time ago. Look how old we are. Reparations with 40 acres on a mule. We in year 2020. It ain't no reparations coming. We are the reparations. So we have to make the reparations for ourselves. We have to build our own wealth and build for ourselves, to pass down. Remember what happened in Tulsa? They came in and burnt it up. Ain't nobody ever paid them nothing for that. Never paid their descendants anything for that. Matter of fact, it's just swept under the rug and forgot about. It ain't even talked about no more. Barely in the history books. Matter of fact, I just found out about Tulsa 2 years ago. So see, I doing my own researching about something else. I found out, stumbled and found out about what happened in Tulsa. And that's horrible. What's really horrible is that this government knew that it happened. So really, it's up to the government, just like they can fine you when you get in trouble through your Social Security number. They should be able to find these descendants of the Tulsa riots and pay these people, because these people's lives were tore up. They were tore up. Their futures were obliterated, and they were left with nothing to start all over again. And then you don't even want to start over again because of what just happened. How do you start over again for something like that? And you don't get no kind of compensation, no type of reparation, no type of nothing, no type of sorry. We ain't got nothing from our government and ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't gonna get it. So that's not what this is about. This ain't about me fighting for reparations, because you're not gonna get reparations. The reparations are you. You are the reparations, so it's time for you to start building for yourself. We all need to, so we can come out with substance. Like God said in his word, my people will come out with substance. So, want to let you know that. And please, as I leave this video here, again, Grow Program is on YouTube. So please look for the YouTube videos. There's over 70 videos and counting, so you can find the videos. Most of them are no more than about 10 to 15 minutes long. I don't like to keep them very long. I like to keep people's attention real quick. Get you the word give you a quick shot of the word. Like you get a quick shot of the drink, get a quick shot of the word. That's what I like to give you every day. So every day when you coming in from work, before you leave and go to work, get a quick shot of the word and get you a quick shot of the word when you come home. And then before you go to bed, listen again. Look on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. God bless you all. I love you. And remember, let's grow.